Missing fried rabbit, Ali said. Nana smiled and pointed at her great-grandson. See there? Always said you were a smart, smart boy. Ali grinned from ear to ear and reached for the last piece of rabbit, but Ava got to it first. He groaned. I'll split it with you, Ava said. My grandmother squinted in my direction. How you doing? 24 hours since my last pain pill, and it doesn't bark at me unless I move it, I said, glancing down at my right arm, which was in a sling. I'd broken my clavicle, dislocated my shoulder, and cracked the head of my humerus bone falling as I tried to get out of the way of the bulldozer. A surgeon had put me back together 4 days ago. In 3 months, he'd said, I'd be good as new. Bree came into the kitchen wearing a very flattering black cocktail dress and a pair of black stiletto heels. Nana Mama whistled at her. So did I. You really going to go out with Alex looking like that? My grandmother asked in a playful tone. Bree's face fell. What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that outfit, Nana Mama replied. Everything's right with that outfit. But look at the man who's going with you to ring in the new year. Arm in a sling, looking all beat up. People think you gotta be his nurse. That's not the kind of man you want holding your hand when you're dressed like you're in a movie or something. Everyone was laughing, including me. Bree threw her arms around my neck, kissed me on the cheek, and said, Honey, from where I'm standing, you're looking fine. Even with a busted shoulder, I said. You wear it well, she assured me, and she kissed me again before looking at my grandmother. Am I right? Nana Mama tried to look skeptical, but then she cracked up. The doorbell rang. The driver had come for us. Nana Mama and the kids watched us through the front window as we were driven away. Dinner was off the charts great. So was the Chilean wine Samson ordered. We got to the Havana Breeze around 10:30. Took a booth, and ordered mojitos. Billy told Samson she wanted to dance right away. Who can argue with that? He replied. They went out on the dance floor. I was nursing my drink and having a good old time watching my towering best friend try to samba with Billy, who even in high heels barely reached his chest. You're something. I ever tell you that, Alex? Bree asked. I glanced over at my wife, who looked dazzling. What nonsense are you talking now, woman? I asked. Bree smiled, shook her head, said, No, seriously. I don't know how you do it, but despite all the chaos you get yourself into and out of, you find a way to keep your balance. I love the fact that even though you're called into these horrible situations where you see the worst in people, you somehow manage to remain a fundamentally good person. I flashed on the hooded men behind Hala al-Dasari's children. I felt my expression darken, and I looked away from her, saying, I don't know about that sometimes. She took my chin, turned my face back to her. Listen to me. You, Alex Cross, are the best man I know. I looked into her eyes, hating the fact that I had to keep things from her, hating the fact that I had already secretly met with Father Harris twice, so I could try to make sense of what Ned and I had done to prevent a nerve gas attack on Inauguration Day. I kissed Bree, said, And you're the best woman I've ever known. A hip-moving salsa tune came over the speakers. So let's dance, I said. You want me to dance with a man in a sling? Bree asked. You said I wore it well. Did I say that? She asked, watching me. You did, I said. I slid from the booth and held out my good hand for her. My wife took it, smiled, and got up. But she hesitated at moving to the dance floor, leaned into me, and said over the pulsing music, Alex, are you all right? I have the sexiest, most beautiful woman in the club with me, I replied. It's almost 12, and we're about to ring in the new year in each other's arms. How could I not be all right?